Hey, I'm Dusty, and this is the community center that I was talking about that I want to see renovated and fixed up. Let's go inside. So, as you can see, this is a very important space for us, but it's rather dated, and I really think that it could look a lot better. So, our vision is to restore this somewhat in a way that it looked a long time ago. In the 1920s, this building was built as a bank. And so I think we can really add a lot of character into it and take away some of the fake ceiling tiles and carpet on the walls. We have done a little bit of updating to it over time. In fact, like last summer, to tide us over, we put a little fresh coat of paint on it, and it looks a lot better to have all the doors at least the same color now. So we put a little bit of work into it, but we really want to do a major renovation to this. So we use this space for most every community organization within the town of Stratford uses this space for their meetings or events because it really is the only space available in town. So we use the space for meetings, events. It has bathrooms, it has a kitchen. One of the biggest events that we use it for though is kind of what our town is known for. We have a theater, a dinner theater that we do every February and March. And for a town of 80 people, we end up having like 1,000 people over the course of a month come and watch this show. So it's a pretty big deal for us. So if you come over here, what we want to spend the money on is this original old part of the building, the original bank part. But then the other part of our community center is this addition that was put on when I was like a baby, maybe even before then. And this is where we actually have the theater. So the people come in over there, drop off their coats, meals are prepared over there, and then they watch the show over here. Okay, so dream with me for a moment. This is the upstairs, this is the attic of our community center. If you were to take away this insulation and this false ceiling, you could see down to the space that you saw before. But what we want to see when we restore this building is to pull out this false ceiling that was installed way back when, and then fix up this original old ceiling with the skylight that it has right over there that you can't see very well. And then we'll have this loft area where we can hang out and look down to everybody below. I guess this is what maybe makes me the most excited about this entire restoration project, is really to turn this building from just like a very bland, generic conference room place to something really grand and unique. And I think that by turning out the ceiling, restoring it, and really opening the space up, I think that's something that we can do. So what we would use the grant money for, although we do have some money already set aside and we are ready to do the initial phases of our project, we need to hire a structural engineer in order to look over everything and see, like, is this building even worth restoring? Or more importantly, do we need, instead of restoring it, do we just need to make it safe and sound so we can continue using it for years to come? So that's what the structural engineer will help us out with. And of course, that all costs money. So the structural engineer is supposed to be coming next week. The cost will be anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000, $2,000 for the structural engineer to give us his initial view on the project, and then we can go from there on what our entire scope is going to be. So that's where this grant money can really come in handy, is these initial phases, until we come up with what our idea is. We have the architect draw up some ideas of what they want to do, and then we're really going to go into the fundraising mode once we know it's a project worth doing.